So I've just filmed a good 30 minutes of video, and it's only after I pressed stop that I realised I haven't switched the microphone on. So that went well. My first big purchase of the month was my iPad mini. I bought this as a substitute to my Kindle, which is actually on its way to the big Kindle shop in the sky, because it is very old and the battery's going and it's just not doing what I want it to do at the moment. I bought this as a Kindle substitute slash on the move browser, email sender and creative tool, if that's what you can call it. A few books that I've bought have actually been through, if any of you have seen, Galaxy have been giving away free Kindle books for every bar of Galaxy that you buy. Effectively, you buy a 69p bar of chocolate and get a book that can be worth $3.99. First book is Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. This book is the second of three by Gillian Flynn, the first of which is Gone Girl, which has actually recently been made into a film with, I think, Ben Affleck. I actually said this in the video that has no sound, and I probably should have gone away and googled it to make sure that this information is correct. So yeah, if it's not Ben Affleck, then never mind. It could be Ben Affleck. If it's Ben Affleck, then I'm very impressed in myself. The second book I bought is Matt Dunn's A Day in the Office, which I actually bought because I like the front cover. I know it's to do with a modern day London office, and I think it's sort of like, well, relationships between the workers, something like that. So I'm expecting quite a sort of comical, romancy kind of read. And so that should be quite nice to read. And then the last is one that I don't normally go for this sort of, style of writing, but it's called Dear Lupin, Letters to a Wayward Son by Roger and Charlie Mortimer. And this is effectively Roger writing letters to his son, Charlie, talking about, him growing up, him bringing up his son. I don't know if Charlie writes letters back to his dad, or whether it's literally just the letters from Roger to Charlie, mixing the names up here, from Roger to Charlie, but it sounded like quite a nice sentimental piece, so I thought I'd pick that one. So they were the three from the Galaxy Reads, and then I use a thing called Goodreads, if you haven't heard of it. My link to my Goodreads account is down below, which is effectively a way that you can keep track of books that you've read. You can set yourself a challenge for the year of how many books you want to read, and effectively you can go on and find books of similar genres that you like, find books by similar authors of books that you've read, and you can also discuss the books that you've read with other people through discussion boards. And while I was watching a few booktubers on YouTube, I found a guy called, I'm gonna get this wrong, I think he's Jesse Reads or something like that, something along the lines. Let's find him. And it turns out I have not subscribed. Okay, anyway, I think he's called Jesse Reads. I know his name's Jesse, but he is involved in a event called Booksplosion, which is basically where they set a book every month that people go away and read over the month, and then after they've read it, they can go onto this one Goodreads discussion page and discuss what they liked, what they didn't like, and just have a general chit chat about the book. So June's book is E. Lockhart's We Were Liars, and the way in which they said was best to do this was to buy the book and not read up on it at all. So this book actually was £1.99 on the Kindle store, which is an absolute bargain considering you'll pay like £7.99 for the paperback book in a bookshop. So I've literally gone, bought the book, not read the synopsis, not read the blurb, not read anything that anyone's put on the discussion board. So I'm going in completely blind. So We Were Liars, kind of vague title. I'm assuming it's something to do with lying. If it's not, then kudos, E. Lockhart, for completely mind-boggling everyone. But yeah, I'm very excited to read this one. But like I say, Goodreads, great place to meet new people who have similar interests to you. And I will put the link to the Booksplosion Goodreads page down below. Moving along, if you don't already know, am very interested in video games. Over the past year I haven't had that much time to play them, but when I was younger, it was basically all me and my brothers did in our free time. So I myself own a PlayStation 3, well, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, 3DS and a Wii. I bought 2 games this month. Over the past sort of 2 weeks, I've really gotten back into Pokemon, and Pokemon was a big thing in my life when I was a kid. Pokemon always used to be on the TV. We had Pokemon cards that we'd play with, you know, at school or with friends, and Pokemon was a game that I always used to play on my Game Boy. I was never really interested in the development of Pokemon after Pokemon Gold and Pokemon Silver, because they were really the last games that came out on the Game Boy. And after the Game Boy I got my DS, and then after that I bought a 3DS. But I never really bought Pokemon on the DS because to me there was nothing like the old games. So I figured I'd go away and I'd have a look at sort of like the first few games that were on the DS. And one that I bought the other day, I actually went on eBay, is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team. And you can actually get one, like with Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Silver and Gold. This has its sort of brother/sister game called Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team, which I don't know what the difference is. I think they just like to have 2 different titles, because from what I saw of Pokemon Gold and Silver, the game was pretty much exactly the same. Yeah, this is basically my reintroduction to the Pokemon world, because watching the TV programme, it's amazing how it's changed and how it's evolved, and all the new Pokemon that have been introduced. Some of them are just ridiculous, some of them I must admit are very cute. So yeah, this is my reintroduction to Pokemon as a video game, and from what I know about it, what little I know about it, is that you're actually, I think, please tell me if I'm wrong, that you're playing as a Pokemon rather than as a Pokemon trainer, and that is a kind of interesting concept. Yeah, so I'm really excited to play this. I haven't started playing it yet, but that will be something that I will do, you know, over the next week at least. For my PlayStation 3, I have a variety of different games already, which I'm still actually playing the Uncharted series, so I'm part way through that at the moment, so this game won't be played for a while, but it was on such a great deal. This game only cost me £2, and you know, PlayStation games, when they first come out, are at least, you know, £39, £40. So £2 for a PlayStation game is incredible. So this is Deus Ex Human Revolution, and I was actually introduced to this game by a friend who basically showed me the score to the game. I'm a big sucker for sort of like game/movie scores, and the music to this is just incredible. and then he showed me a bit of like the gameplay of the first few minutes of it, and it was just incredible and almost reduced me to tears. I didn't quite shed any tears, but I can see why people would get upset by it, because it just had a massive impact on, and considering it was the start of a game, you would imagine sort of the thing that happens at the start could end a game pretty well. If that's the start, then I don't want to know what happens in the middle and at the end, because it was just incredible. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to starting this, but as I say, I'm currently partway through Uncharted, and then I also have the complete series of Assassin's Creed to play at some point. I have more time now that I've finished university, but there's just so much that I want to do. At the start of June, me and my brother decided that we were going to go and attend London Film and Comic Con this year. So I'm really excited for that. We bought the tickets and we booked our train, which is a very early train, and it's a very late train coming back, so that's going to be a very, very busy day. I think I'm just going to be completely wiped. There's some of my favourite sort of TV and film stars are going to be there. I'm hoping to get an autograph with the lovely Jenna Coleman from Doctor Who. That is my main sort of aim of the day, as well as just enjoying the experience of being there. While we're there, they've also incorporated a book event. So they have a few authors coming to do some talks and do some signings, I believe. So I'm going to take one of the books that I've read recently, which is A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness, as he's going to be there, and hopefully get him to sign it. I'm expecting a very busy and tiring day, but at the same time it's going to be really, really fun. So really looking forward to that, and I will make sure to vlog my time there. On Wednesday I'm hoping to go and see Maleficent with my mum at the cinema. That'll be good. We're both real big fans of Disney, so it'll be interesting to see how they have created a real life version of Maleficent. And then on Thursday, the Fault in Our Stars film, based on John Green's book, comes out in the UK. It came out June 6th in the US, and I've been withholding myself to not go online and watch it, because that would just be a major, I'd be very disappointed in myself if I did that. So me and my friend are going to go on Thursday, hopefully. Pretty sure I'm gonna have to take like a Kleenex factory with me, because I cried reading the book, so I may actually drown the cinema watching the film. And on Friday, me and my mum and my dad and my grandma and two of my friends are going to the theatre in Liverpool to watch The Lion King. I'm super excited about this. I went to see it once when I was younger in Disneyland Paris, but it was sort of like the cut down version of it, but it was incredible. I think I was about 11 when I went to see it, and I can remember every single part of it. But, you know, The Lion King is my favourite Disney film, so you can imagine my excitement at going to see it live, and with 4 rows from the front, so that makes it even more exciting to sort of be in the mix of it. I may be going on holiday, but it's still undecided. There's a few things that may get in the way of that happening. But I will keep you posted. So if you've enjoyed this, you know, do all the jazzy stuff, give the thumbs up, go down, press that button below if you like to, leave a comment, you know, what are you up to, what did you like, anything interesting you've bought that you want to tell me about, And if you've got any ideas for any posts that you'd like me to do, please leave that below as well. And otherwise, have a great rest of the week, and I will speak to you all very soon. Thanks guys, bye. Mwah.